Okay, you can call it order trig ratios. When I say order trig ratios, I don't mean the SOHCAHTOA. I don't mean the first three. So, and these other trig ratios are cosecant, secant, and the tangent. Cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Not tangent. It's cotangent. This should be cotangent. So these are other trig ratios. But the good news is even these other trig ratios are derived from the first three. Recall SOHCAHTOA. And I'm going to write each of them and then you tell me what it means. So first of all, sine theta is, cos theta is, and tangent theta is. So go. Sine theta is what? Volunteer, quick.
Opposite adjacent.
Opposite over hypotenuse, not adjacent.
Hypotenuse, sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Another person, cos theta is
Adjacent over hypotenuse.
adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent theta is
opposite over adjacent.
Thank you. Opposite over adjacent. Okay, so this is one side of it. On the other side, you have cosecant. Cosecant is written as CS theta. Is all you do is you flip the sign one. You flip it. Just turn it over. So that would be hypotenuse over opposite. Then secant. So this is matched to this. So secant is written as SEC, and that would be, you flip this one as well. You flip it. So you are going to have hypotenuse over adjacent. And then cotangent is written as, so match this one to this. So cotangent is using as COT, C-O-T, adjacent over opposite. Okay, so now we are going to use both the SOHCAHTOA and the what? The other one. So how else? How do you get this? By definition, cosecant is an inverse of sine. By definition, cosec is 1 over sine. Also by definition, I didn't realize what happened. Okay, but let me finish this and then I'll create another page. So by secant is equal to 1 over cosine. And then tangent, no, cotangent, not tangent. So cotangent is 1 over tangent. So this is by definition. So it means they are inverse of each other. Now I'm going to create another screen because I wrote something below, I didn't even see it. So I'm going to create another screen. Make sure you document this thing before I move out of this screen, because if I go move out, I will not be able to come back to it. I'll give you 30 seconds. So by definition, secant is 1 over cosine. Are we done? Because I'm going to create another screen.
Can you go back up?
Shall I go on or what?
Go back up, okay.
Okay, so now let's see how those the other formulas. Let's see how these ones come to be from this definition. Let's see how they come to be from this definition. So I'm going to create a new screen. Okay, so here's how they came to be. Remember that we said that cosec is 1 over sine, and sine by itself is 1 over opposite over hypotenuse, right? Is that not true?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's work a little bit up on it. So this is 1 divided by opposite over hypotenuse. So this thing means the same thing, just writing it in a different way. So now you apply the principle of keep, change, flip. Remember KCF, which stands for keep, change, flip. All right, so we are keeping the first one, which is 1. We are changing the sign, which is multiplication, and we are flipping the other one, which is hypotenuse over opposite, and that's how it is equal to, actually I should be writing equal to here, cosec, and then I'll be writing cosec, then I'll be writing cosec equal to hypotenuse over opposite. So that's how that formula came about. So we can do the same thing. For secant. So we can do the same thing for secant by just saying sec is equal to 1 over cos. It means sec is equal to 1 divided by cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So, and that tells us that keep, change, flip. All these acronyms are easier, help us to, so we have that when we keep 1 multiplied by, flip this one, hypotenuse over adjacent, and that's secant. And so, which is that secant generally is hypotenuse over adjacent. And then we repeat the process for tangent. So everybody repeat the process for tangent. You have 30 seconds. Cotangent, not tangent actually.
Can you go all the way up so I can get the first one?
Yes, I said that cosecant is 1 over sine. And this is how we derive it. This is how we derive the formula. You know, from that definition, cosecant is 1 over sine. And this is how we derive the formula. Okay?
Okay,
so
thank you.
Now, let's do for cotangent. Cotangent is written as cot is equal to 1 over tangent. So this means that, which is the same thing as saying 1 divided by tangent is opposite over what? Adjacent. And if you use your keep, change, flip. So you have that cot is, you keep 1, you change the sign from division to multiplication, and you flip. So you have adjacent over opposite. So 1 multiplied by any number is the same number. So that is how cot theta is the adjacent side divided by the opposite side. That's how the formula came about. Okay, so now we are going to be using both the SOHCAHTOA and the other trig ratios. We are going to be using them to solve problems. Okay, so now here's the first problem we are going to solve. Here's the first problem we are going to solve. So I'm going to give you a right triangle, and then we are going to find all the trig ratios of that right triangle. So I will just draw a right triangle, and based on the dimension of the right triangle, you will write the 6 trig ratios. Okay? So the question is going to look like something like this. Given a right triangle, this is problem 1. So problem 1, given a right triangle, write the 6 ratios of the triangle. You can write 6 trig ratios of the triangle. All right, so I'm going to draw the triangle, and then you take it from there. Okay, so let's draw something that looks like this. I'm drawing a triangle that looks like this, and this is a right triangle, and then I'm writing this as the requested angle theta, and I'm giving this as 5. This one is 12, and this side is 13. So the question says, given this right triangle, write the 6 trig ratios of the triangle. So you have 2 minutes to do that. Everybody, 2 minutes you have. Given this right triangle, write the 6 trig ratios. Leave everything in fraction. Do not worry about converting it to decimal. Just leave it as fraction. Remember your SOHCAHTOA. That's where to start. Remember your SOHCAHTOA. If I were you, I would just, once you have a trig ratio problem, if I were you, I would just write SOHCAHTOA immediately. I'll just write SOHCAHTOA. I'll just write SOHCAHTOA. Okay, and that's going to be my guide. SOHCAHTOA is going to be your guide. So you cannot go wrong if you apply the definition of SOHCAHTOA. You have 2 minutes. You have 30 more seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's go. I'm going to call names, and then I will choose the ratio randomly. So I'll choose the ratios randomly, and we take it from there. I'm going to call names, pick names randomly, and I will pick it according to the way it shows up on my screen randomly. Osman, go. What is cosec theta? Cosec. Osman.
Give me 1 second. I'm still doing it right now.
Okay. Kathy, go. What is cosine theta?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, what is cosine theta? Cos. What is cos?
I got 12/13, but I don't think that's correct.
It doesn't have to be correct. It has to be genuine effort you made. If it is correct, we will acknowledge it. If it is wrong, we will correct it. That's the whole game.
Okay.
So, all right. So somebody said that cos theta is, what do you say it is?
12/13.
12/13. Who agrees with that?
I do.
Okay. Another person acknowledged it. Then Rudy, go. What is secant theta? Secant. Maria, go. What is secant theta? Hello, Maria.
Did you say me?
I didn't say Marika. I will call you in a minute, Marika. So get ready. So Maria Alvarenga. Okay, Marika, go. What is tangent theta?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Next person, Manofi, go. What is tangent theta? Tangent is TAN, tan theta. Okay. Next person, Janaya Benton, go. What is tangent theta? Okay. Who got the answer for tangent theta?
I do.
5
Is that Walter? Want to say something? Go.
I have the answer.
Hold on. I called somebody. Is it Walter?
Okay.
Go.
Me? Oh, I got 5/12.
Okay, he said 5/12. Who agrees with that? Okay, next.
I don't.
Somebody say I don't. So the person who said I don't, what's your solution? Let us know.
12/5.
Okay. Remember that a tangent is opposite of
Oh.
I thought you said cotangent.
okay, we are talking then I move from cotangent to tangent. Okay, so now you want to give us cotangent? Is that what you want to give us now?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's write it. Cotangent theta is, and you said it's 12/5. Who agrees with that? Okay, so now how about sine? Sine theta. Carlos, go. What is sine theta? Carlos?
For sine, I got 5/13.
Okay, somebody said that sine theta is 5/13. Who agrees with that? Alondra, go. What is secant? We don't have secant there. Secant theta. Remember the definition. Look at your paper. The definition is already written for you. Just apply what you have. Secant is what? Who has secant for us? Shino Yellow, go. What is secant theta?
Mr. Cable, I don't have it yet.
Mr. Cable, is it 13/15?
Secant theta. Where are you getting 15? Did you say
13/12?
okay? Yes. It should be.
I meant over 12.
Okay, it should be 13/12. Okay, how about cosecant? Cosecant theta.
13/5.
Cosecant theta should be 13/5. All right, so that's how it is. These are correct. Remember, you always have to start with SOHCAHTOA. Once you start with SOHCAHTOA, you can't go wrong. And once you start with SOHCAHTOA, remember that what is it called? Sine. Where did I have sine? Okay, sine is matched to cosecant, and then cotangent is matched with tangent, and then cos is matched with sec. All right. Then I'm going to give you another problem. I'm going to give you another triangle, and then you do that again. I'm going to give you a similar triangle, right triangle, and then I will also ask you to write the 6 trig ratios. So this time around, you won't give me excuses anymore. Sine is always opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is always adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is always opposite over adjacent. We just have to make peace with all these. It was discovered too many years ago, and it's not going to change. It has been used in so many applications that you are even using even as we speak. All right, let me draw another triangle, and we take it from there. Okay, given 1 trig ratio, you may determine the other trig ratios. Given 1 trig ratio, one of them. So then determine the other trig ratios. Determine the other trig ratios. So I would say that tangent of theta is 5/8. Tan theta is not 5. I want to write 15, not 5. Tan theta is 15/8. The question is determine other trig ratios. So this should be if tan theta is 15/8. Determine other trig ratios. Determine other trig ratios. So let me give you a hint. I'll give you a hint and then you take it from there. Pay close attention. The hint is what some of you ignore a lot of times. So here's our solution. Here's the hint. The hint is trig ratio is dependent on right triangle. So where you have to start is draw a right triangle. Draw a right triangle and then identify one of the angles. So you can draw your right triangle to be like this. Draw your right triangle. You can draw it any way you want, but it has to be a right. So just draw. My writing electronic paper is very sensitive. It's not giving me changing my shape. Okay, so this is right triangle and it says that tangent of theta. So select one of the angles. Just you can select this. And this is your theta. And it says that tangent theta is 15/5. Remember that tangent is from your SOHCAHTOA. So SOHCAHTOA. So from SOHCAHTOA, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So the opposite is 15, adjacent is 8. Okay, so now here's what you do. Find the missing side, and based on your missing side, you can now write the other trig ratio. You have 3 minutes to do this. 3 minutes. I'm giving everybody 3 minutes. The time now is 9:29. 3 minutes would be. Now let's get back to.
Mr. UK, but I didn't hear you call my name.
Yeah, you ain't call my name either.
Me as well. Yes, the people I didn't hear them answer. I didn't hear Adebola. Adebola, are you here? Danny, are you here? So now let's get back to our page. So now, has anybody who found the missing side?
17.
17. So who answered? First name, please.
Mohammed.
Okay. Mohammed said that the missing side is 17. Who agrees with that? Mohammed, can you explain to us how you got the 17?
A square plus b square equals c square.
What is that formula called again?
Pythagoras theorem.
Okay, so Pythagorean theorem is what he applied and he got 17. Did any other person got 17?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if that side is 17, if that side is 17, so what are the other trig ratios? So start with sine, cosine, tangent, and then you do the other. So he said it is 17. So start with sine theta.
Sine theta is 15/17.
Okay, somebody said it is 15/17. Then you do cos theta.
8/17.
Okay, somebody said cos theta is 8/17. And then you do tangent.
15/8.
Tangent 15 is 15/8, which is the one that's actually given to us. Then the next you do cosec. cosec, then you do secant, cosec theta is, secant theta is, and then cotangent theta is. Remember what I just said, flip the number, flip the number. If you do sine, all you need to do now is to flip the number. If you got cosine, so just flip the number. If you got tangent, just flip the number. That's it. And you're done. And you score 100. That's why I like mathematics. You get something right, you score 100. Nobody will take away any point from you. No sentiment attached. Okay, so this is how to use one trig ratio to determine, this is how to use trig ratio to determine the other trig ratios. Okay? All right, so now let me give you one more. Let me give you, is it really necessary? Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me see what we can do with the rest of the time. The time now is actually 9:40 and we have about, okay, so I'm going to give you about 2 questions to answer and that will be it for the day. Okay, so the questions are going to be, this is the task. Question number 1. Question number 1 says, given that cos theta is, given that cos theta is 3/4, write the 6 trig ratios. Write the 6 trig ratios. That's question number 1. Then question number 2. Question number 2. I'm going to write it. So it's a bunch of, it's a word problem. A right triangle. I will, hold on a second. A right triangle has a side. A right triangle has a side, 16 meters. 16 meters. Adjacent, this 16 meters is adjacent to an angle, to an angle of 37 degrees. So the question is, what is the hypotenuse? What is the hypotenuse rounded to the nearest whole number? Rounded to the nearest whole number. So that's the question.